could not be here right this second, and maybe we will find somebody to come and give us a little bit of backup today. But for the time being, you got me. So we're gonna find out what kind of show we can do with just me. How you guys doing? It's been an interesting several days, to say the very least, huh? So much so that sometimes you just don't really know what to make of it, and you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants, and all you're trying to do is just figure it out and do better. And all the while, you got people that are asking you, why do you feel this way? Why do you act the way you do? Why? Like, why? Just why, right? Just why? That's the best question anybody can ask, is just why. And to them I say, sometimes, why not? I'm gonna throw myself in a studio just in case somebody is willing to join up and give me a hand here today.
I am the hype!
A little bit of back.
We are back again with some LCU coverage. First, where you going with good old Tech Talk and CD-ROM. Honestly, I always wonder why CD-ROM does the way he does. That first off, that wasn't even a sentence. Second off, that didn't even make sense, even if you tried to explain it. Third off, I am very tired. And fourth off, his coffee isn't hitting me hard enough. But you know what, Will? A good dose of Tech Talk. CD-ROM, CD Habama. No, but in all seriousness, let me be for real. I do believe that in the case of CD-ROM, I always did wonder, like, what makes him tick? What makes him get going, right? I feel like there's more to him than what we're seeing. I mean, in reality, he could just be like a plain old normie. It's not a bad thing. But at the same time, like, given the things he's done and things he's willing to do, I'm just like, I feel like there's more about him beneath the surface. And I think I want to know what that is. Even if it comes up really ridiculous, I feel like there has to be more.
And yes, I've gotten a lot of criticism about how I treat the LCU, because I treat it just like my day job. I come here to work. And a lot of people tell me this should be fun. This should be your hobby. It's like, I can't treat it that way.
Oh.
Because if I start treating it that way, what happens is I don't give it the appropriate amount of reverence. If I don't give it the appropriate amount of reverence, I'm gone in a month. Easy, I'm gone in a month, because I'm not treating it seriously at all. And I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for Keem. I don't want that for any of the hosts that believed in me. And I certainly don't want that for anybody that sits to watch Tech Talk, because they don't have a reason to come and watch anymore. Like, I come here to work. And so...
Why do you think it... What do you think their reason to come and watch Tech Talk is now?
There's... The reasons to come and watch Tech Talk have they might have changed.
Just keep it real simple and real short. Real simple, real short.
They might have changed a little bit. At first, it was curiosity. Some of it was interest in Tech Talk, and on a smaller note, there was probably a handful of people that just wanted to come and chat and troll me. Because, like, hey, Keem just hired a 34-year-old virgin who doesn't know what he's doing with his life. Funny, right? And some of the situation has changed. Now, like, a portion of it's, you were unjustly kicked from live. Now a portion of it is, hey, it's really funny that you were kicked from live, and I'm going to give you more crap for it. A portion of it is, talk tech to me, daddy. Talk tech to me. A portion of it is,
hey, 2 words. It's 2 words. Literally everything else you say.
Alright, so let me be very real to you, CD-ROM. If you ever watch me, you never know. You never know, CD-ROM. Maybe you'll take a gander and give me a chance. Give me a chance, CD-ROM. Give me a chance. Put me in. But no. Let's be real. Let's genuinely be real, right? Here's how I want to say that. I think when we compare to the other stuff in Tech Talk, right? Let's compare the other variation of Tech Talk. Hell, I'll even throw in Madhouse for shits and giggles. First Tech Talk was appealing because you got two people that had a lot of beef, and that was Rich and Jay, and they had a lot of beef that really took the internet by storm over the last couple months, right? Not this year, but last year, right? It was the biggest thing for a lot of people, especially if you're an RTU fan, if there is any RTU fan to begin with. Would then later on, right after all of that, after all of that fun debacle and jib jabber, then you had them go on LCL and then to the LCU, and people enjoyed Rich. People enjoyed it. I would even say that I stayed up some night watching RTU on Tech Talk because hell, why not? It was something to watch. It was something interesting. Then the second iteration with Madhouse, what a lot of people did enjoy. I didn't care for Madhouse too much. I would even straight up say I just did not care for Madhouse. No offense to Madhouse, no offense to David Jaffrey. I just did not care. I did not care one bit at all. It just was not my thing, and so I didn't care. Now let's get into the other stuff. Right, let's get into let's just get into the third iteration with CD-ROM, and who else was there? CD-ROM, and I think it was just Sweet Tea or somebody. I don't remember. That didn't last too long. Then it was Sweet Tea and Phantom, with whether you like it or not. Phantom and Sweet Tea. And Toxic was pretty enjoyable. So I think when we look at all of that, at least with R2, even though he wasn't always the most techiest person, people still came. But I think it's because he had an audience to begin with. I think if Tech Talk wants to become like a sort of relevant or fill in a niche, that would be just cover tech stuff. That didn't come out right. The tech stuff, there you go. And also do some LCU drama. Not do the bare necessity. I mean, hell, you can probably just go and read like 4 or 5 articles and talk about that or give your own experience. But because the show is so early in the morning, you know what I mean. But we gotta move on to Chubby.
I don't want to cry.
Don't do that.
Oh shit! My cat just fell off the laundry basket. Sorry. So yeah. So you guys, as you know, this is like a 3 a.m. time slot for me, and after this, I head to work. And my work's been really suffering. Just because I'm so tired at work. God, I don't want to cry.
It's all right.
But I don't want to let Angie down, so I'm gonna hold down the rest of the month.
Don't look at it like that, babe. You know,
Well,
I've seen a lot of things in life. I know. Trust me, I know. You are a workhorse, girl. You are, and I don't. For any of this, I don't want you to think that you were letting me down at all. I'm just so glad you tried it, because you never know if you don't try something, right? And that's the only time you fail, I think, is if you don't try something. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And that was a lot to ask. And, and I can understand how your work would suffer.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get it. I had to figure out, even with my work, how to
balance it.
I had to reevaluate it. Yeah, I had to reevaluate it, and that was through internships and all. I had to figure it out.
So it didn't clickbait anybody.
I wish there was
with this title. I swear. Hey, Gidgy.
Hey, Gidgy.
Don't pull me up. I'm not turning my camera on. I just went and washed my face and stuff. The fuck are you doing? Shut the fuck up! Stop it! Stop it!
I just can't,
stop it!
I can't do this.
Yes, you can.
Anymore. No.
Okay, well, stop the crying.
Okay,
stop that.
Sorry.
Stop that.
I'm trying.
So, all right. Listen, let's figure it out. All right. Here's the deal. You can't do this time. Guess what? It's there a whole bunch of other times. Kick ass this month, and let's get another time for you. Don't you dare roll over. Your name is not CD-ROM. You do not roll over and quit. There is no way. You two inspired my ass watching you try your ass off for as long as you did. Don't you dare give up.
No, I'm not giving
You
up.
figure out an excuse. You give Gnome a reason to say, hey, you know what? These bitches are pretty good. I may not like all these fat chicks.
Now, I can occasionally be very tough with, the host. But I understand where 8 Mac is coming from. Where you're doing your work and then you're doing something passionate. I forgot to even mention this about the CD-ROM segment. I don't know if I brought it up or not. I don't know if it's the right clip I brought it on. But I think I'm going to relate it back to this. It's like, when you do this stuff, do you do it because it's a hobby or do you do it like any other job? And I'm not sure how 8Mac views this, but I think 8Mac is viewing it as something that she's very passionate and deeply enjoy. And I will give her props. I don't know what her opinion is of any of this shit. That's perfectly fine, but I'll give her this much. She knows what she's passionate. You can tell, right? Now, some will say that, well, it's just an act. Maybe it is, but every act has to at least have some truth behind it, right? You can say that at least a little bit of the madness, right, has some truth to it, right? There's something about it. To me, personally, it's not like I don't relate, right? Like, you want to do something you enjoy and you love and you want to do it, but then you got to do your own job, which requires a whole heap of, work and attention, right? And that will always be rough on an individual. That will always be rough on somebody, right? That's always going to be difficult and it's going to be tiresome. You know what I mean? And for someone like AMAC, who her own personal job is suffering, I feel bad for her. I truly do feel bad for her that she's going through this. But I do hope that in some way, in some form, still overcome this. That's so able to figure this out, and maybe even get a better time slot. But everything is then up in the air. But we'll have to wait and see because, that's how things are.
I checked the website earlier today on a whim, and I saw my name and my podcast names were still there. If they actually remove the stuff from the archive, that's just as much as a shock to me.
Well, that's what Phantom's saying. That's what Phantom's saying.
Phantom's trying to start.
Phantom is saying that. Just so you know.
Okay. Alright. So, alright, stop sharing.
Got my emotional support, Katie.
Ain't nothing better than
I know. He's like, my mommy's sad. Why my mommy sad?
Yeah, that's a big old cat.
I know.
It looks like you got a whole blanket.
He's so fat. He's such a fat kitty. But he's my baby. I know.
Is that Casper?
Yes. Yeah, the white one.
Yeah.
He's a little ghosty.
So sweet.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on Phantom trying to come back?
Like nothing has changed. The LCU is in this vast amount of time that you took your sabbatical, nothing's changed over here.
Right.
It is still the same chaotic mess, and that time slot is
It's still Tech Talk. Yeah.
Where it was, and I don't know. And not to mention, let me just say, I think that he took us saying what we said about him. I think he took it personal as opposed to, banter. Look, I don't know you.
Oh yeah.
Enough for you to take something personal. You know what I mean?
On Sunday or whatever, when we streamed, he's like saying about talking like adults. It's like we reacted to something that you did on a stream. It's not like we are, we hate you or we have a problem
Yeah.
with you. We reacted to you saying that you were going to
You know what? I'll slap the
slap the out of Sweet Tea, which we reacted to. Like everybody in the FLCU reacted to that clip, and you're gonna come at us? What? Because we were the first people to talk about it?
Yeah, that's how I feel. And then it was like it was taken on a personal level, not just okay. We have a show, we call shit out, okay, and then we move on. But I honestly think he's losing sleep over it. Like that's how it's coming across.
Yeah. And
it's not that deep, dude.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
It isn't that deep. Like we said, we reacted to something you did on stream. Almost said. I mean, we know you didn't actually say it. We've been told over and over and over and over that you didn't actually say it. But it's not that serious, you know.
No,
So it looks like good old Phantom may return. That's gonna be interesting to see Phantom return back to the scene of everything. Now I don't know what are the chances of him coming back, and I believe the girl currently in TikTok may get replaced. Maybe she'll do a month and then she'll get replaced, or maybe she's there permanently. You never really know. Now, is he actually losing sleep? I'll let you guys decide on that one, because I feel like I wouldn't know, right? I wouldn't know. I'm not in any of their discourse. So I wouldn't really know how much it's affecting him. I mean, he did mention, right? He did mention that at one point, I believe he did mention that I think this was on live, that he mentioned that he was losing sleep, and that the other hosts have mentioned that a few times, that he was genuinely losing sleep, which is, hey, yo, dude, if you're losing sleep, you're losing sleep. You can't really afford to do something like that. And again, I think he's a single father, so that adds on to it. But hey, if he returns, he returned. We'll wait and see what happens. Let's move on.
Here, and it took me like till 4 months ago to actually start.
But I'm on live complaining about it. But I'm not flustered, guys. I'm not flustered, but I'm only complaining about it in front of 4,000 people. I'm not flustered though.
Well, see, here's the thing. I think all the L's got to him. I think, people shitting on him did. I think Batgirl with the proper gendering. I don't know what the correct term is, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, using the proper pronouns, stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I had a boomer moment. The proper pronouns got to him, and just getting shit again in front of like 4,000 people. He just didn't know how to handle it. And then he came on, I think, like 2 or 3 times, if I remember right. It was rough, bro. It was a rough one.
You want to be part of this community? Do you think that also means you're not going to be trolled? Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to get it even worse.
Because
welcome to the LCU.
When you do shit like this, that's definitely what makes it worse, bro. Because you're inviting it. You're making it easy at that point.
Oh yeah.
Making the clips like. I'm not trying to make a lot of money. I'm just trying to help Local Live grow. Okay, I have 1 million views on YouTube, 500,000 on TikTok, almost 1 million impressions on Twitter. I've made a significant impact in the show, and y'all just treat me like I'm an L. What's up with that?
Our audience hates everything.
You act like an
so they're gonna
L?
hate you.
Yeah.
And when I donate to the show, asking to drag me in, people are like, "Oh, you're so desperate." I'm like, "No, I just want to support my show, and I want to give my opinion on the show." And where's everyone else in members waiting? Like, isn't Local Live like a big brand, have a whole bunch of fans, but no one's ever in members waiting?
Bruh, God, that's not the show. This is the flagship show. It's their job to put on a great show and to entertain everybody, and shout out all the other shows, have hosts up there, get them time on the camera to help promote their show. Rewind was supposed to be the channel that people hop up in members waiting and talk, if we all remember right. That was the purpose.
But you know what happened to all those people who called in?
They became hosts.
Yeah, they became hosts and then they stopped calling in. Amazing how that worked, right?
I do when I can, motherfucker.
A fact is a fact is a fact. Well, you started on the show. You don't count. I mean, you were like one of the original members.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, that's exactly what happened. They went and got their own shows and they stopped calling in, except for one person, Rastoff.
Yeah.
And now everybody's like,
Now, here we are, we're talking about local alert, which is interesting. Right. Let's get into this first thing first. I'm nothing against it, dude. I've seen some of the clips, right? And it sounds like he wants to be part of the network, at least in one way or another. And I don't think that's anything wrong, right? Again, I'm a clipper myself with a bit of commentary, but also I can look at this and like, well, you do come off desperate. I'm not gonna lie, dude. You come off pretty desperate in the way you act, in your mannerism, and the amount of donation. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong in donating something you enjoy. At the same time, it's like, pull it back. Don't pull an Ultra where, no offense to Ultra, where you put in a whole ton of money into something and then boom, you actually at a show and you're just kind of like a plank. You're just a plank on the wood. And you don't want that. I can tell you don't want to do that. At the same time, it's like, what are you doing now? You're not making your case any better to Keemstar or Kimif. You're not. And yeah, the whole L thing is like, well, that's just part of the LCU. Everybody's gonna get L'd. Everybody's gonna get rattled. Everybody's going to get taken down. It is what it is. That's part of that network. It's part of that community. Whether you like it or not, it just is. Let's move on.
Are we sure about 17?
It might have been younger, maybe 15 or 16.
You definitely made it sound like
you don't remember when you were older. I remember mine very well.
That's weird.
I can explain. Like,
I remember 20.
let me explain.
I remember 22.
Yeah, I was fucking 15.
No, I never said that.
Are you sure?
I swear to God.
Look, man, I hear the BBU's hiring. I wouldn't bank on getting paid, but I've heard she's a great boss, bro.
No, Becky's philanthropist, but I would never work for Becky. No.
Would you, Becky?
If she lost like 100 pounds, maybe.
Oh, he's like,
Losing
I'm used
weight.
to sticking my dick in crazy. Let's bring it.
Losing weight ain't gonna make her any prettier. She's gonna have loose
Look,
skin
dog.
like I do.
Look, dog. First,
Yeah, I'd have to be really drunk.
First impressions are everything. I remember the first conversation I had with you. You were being a little greedy weasel. I know where I was. I was at the bowling alley. I remember having that call. with you.
No. You were at the bar. I remember our first conversation.
Do you know that bowling alleys usually have bars?
Oh, true.
Yeah. So I was at the bowling alley, and yes, there's.
At Hugh yes 1156 super chatted $20. Ken, look up Valhalla Project. 22 veteran self-deletes per day. Mental health is used by many as an excuse for bad behavior. But to a lot, it's very real and crippling.
I know, huge ass. I appreciate that. I've had that happen with others, right? And it sucks. It really truly does suck. And it's always that thought, what I'm sharing the thing. Good job, Ken. It's always like, what could I have done? How could I have helped them out? If I could have said, if I had one conversation with them, could I talk them out of it? Right. It's just, because understand the struggling of what like vets go through, a lot of, especially when we were over there together, and just knowing that it sucks. Like one of the things I dealt with was I had a buddy of mine and he got killed, and he had a wife and kids at the house. I struggled with why couldn't that have been me? Because I didn't have nothing to come home to. Like I would have rather gone for him because he was a father, he was a husband, right? Like why him? And I had to come to grips with that. That took a very long time for me to come to grips with.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
And
I'm sure it did.
Like it sucks, bro. It truly does suck. And I feel bad for people, truly. And I want everyone to be better. And I know what it did for me. I wanted to do it for others because I want people to be better. Because we're not meant to be recluses. We're meant to talk to people. We're meant to be social people. We're meant to be social butterflies. And that's why I thought getting warmth would fill a heart that it never did. And that's what I drank and just chased. Literally all I did was drink and chase. And I just got back. I was pumped. I was muscular. I was this giant man. And it was just easy. But it just got to the point where it just didn't do anything for me.
So, I guess I could get a little personal. Well, not really personal, but I guess I could get more sympathetic. I understand where Ken is coming from. Not with the whole veteran thing, but the whole thing about reaching out to somebody, especially those around me. I know I have friends who lost friends of theirs and stuff of that nature. It is rough. It is rough. And I know with a lot of soldiers and a lot of veterans, they really do suffer a lot. And I know where he's coming from about like if I could reach out and mental health. And to me is though I have a certain opinion, not actually negative about mental health. I think a very unique opinion. But this isn't really where to talk about that. I would say that it is good to reach out to people. It is good to tell people how they're doing, asking them, because it does take one person to reach out. At the same time, it's like, this is just a grim reality of how far are those people? Are they so far gone? And are they beyond saving? And I think for a lot of people, they may not want to try to answer that question, right? And maybe that's not right for me to say that, but I think that is something that some of us have to come to grip with. That some people, right? Some people are just that far gone. But again, I feel like that's not right for me to say. On the other end, yes, you should always do your best to reach out to people. Do your best to make sure those around you, especially if they're brothers in arms, because that is important, right? You do hear stories and cases of soldiers, regardless how you feel about soldiers in the military. In the end, why they fight is up to them, right? And I don't know. I feel like I'm not really exactly in the right position to talk about that. Maybe I'm not in that mindset. Maybe I haven't experienced it myself. I don't know. But I'm just saying is in the end, if you could, try to reach out to the people you love and care. Let's move on.
I wanted to see, if what's all going on with everything. So, hi Angie, how you doing?
Hey guys.
So
how are y'all?
We're doing good. How are you feeling about everything? I know that you're potentially losing a co-host, and that is like probably the most stressful thing that can happen in the LCU.
Yeah, but at the moment, sometimes things hit us all at once, and then we have a moment. But maybe there's something that we can work around, we can work out together. We still have the rest of the month. So if we can figure something out, that if I can do something better, if I can do something more, then I absolutely will do that to see if I can ease her burden any. And if not, then, all I can say is that she is the absolute best. She is a workhorse. She has been tremendous because we built this from the ground up. And yeah. So but we're going to I'm not gonna let it go that easy. And that's just for her sake. Now, if she says, Angie, I just can't, then I get it. You know what I mean? But
are you worried though about, okay, so I know Keem said that he's definitely not moving the time slot. Like, he confirmed that that's not happening, that Chubby's just not at the place to be able to move time slots. Are you worried about staying co-host with her? Do you think that there's a potential that you need to start shopping around for other co-hosts?
I'm gonna say not this week. I'm not gonna put that on my plate this week.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, she and I have not even sat down because I had to. I'm the one that immediately starts work after the show, whether I go to work or I'm working from home. She has a couple of hours. Sometimes she lays down or sometimes she's so hyped up that she continues to go and then goes to work, and at that point she's been up since 2:30, her time. Mm-hmm. So we haven't even sat down and really talked about it yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to say not this week. I think she and I need to have a conversation, go over some things, see if anything outside of moving the time slot could ease her burden any and make it easier on her.
Yeah.
And if not, then that's a conversation, for another day.
Yeah. Are
But-
you guys open to like even doing, let's say like things are not working out. Are you open to doing auditions while AMAC is still there? Because potentially maybe, okay, so the thing I worry about, right, is with AMAC leaving, who would be your co-host for Chubby, or are they going to rebrand the show entirely? And I definitely want to see you guys fight for it, but I also want to see each individual person fight for their position. And that's why I'm saying, like, with the shopping around for other co-hosts or potentially doing auditions, because I don't want to see you get in the end of this either.
Yeah, no, and I get that, and I don't want to be in the end of, either, because at the end of the day, he created the channel and said, this is the time slot I got, and I'm creating it for you two.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of feels it would feel weird to walk away from that,
You gotta understand, your time slot's created for a reason. Like, Keem wants his 24-hour, 12-hour, how many hour, all the hours. How many hours, Keem? Yes. That's how many shows he wants covering that time block. So there's going to be people that are going to have that, and they're going to have to rock that time slot. They're going to make the best out of it. Like, we talk shit about Tess, but at the end of the day, they rocked that 2 a.m. time slot, and they took it for their own. They claimed it for their own. That 6 a.m. time slot, there's so many people like, oh my God, that show's too early. I don't know why they made it. There's an audience there.
Yeah, that is true what Beth is saying. That, and then there's a time slot and there is an audience. You have to fish them out. There's always an audience out there. There's always an audience. Right. The good thing is they got the backing of the LCU, so they're gonna get a certain amount of numbers. At the same time, it is also your job, I can imagine, as the host, to capture new people. As I always say, fresh blood or fresh bodies, or however you want to metaphoric even a word. I mean, I know the word I'm thinking of, you know what I mean. Either way, it's up to you. That's generally up to you and what you want to do and how you want to make that slot, right? In the end, it's your objective to do what you can at that time to make it best. Like Tess, right? Tess had that 2 o'clock time slot for a long time. He had that 2 o'clock as long as I can remember. I believe even before that it wasn't even 2 o'clock. I think they were starting at like 12 sometime or even 1. So Tess really went from being like a show in the middle of the night. No, not even middle of the night. A show that started at like, a show that started pretty late, now to a show that's starting like right after like the afternoon, like literally 2 hours or so, around 2 p.m. So it all depends of how much effort and how much you're trying to capture the audience. Now, the one thing about the LCU is that it is like kind of building up towards a clock, right? The LCU is like you're slowly building up to a clock, right? Like to the main show. So I don't know where I'm going with it. All I'm saying is it's all up to you and how you want to get that audience. After that, they had a good old CD Haram and his new girlfriend. They're not dating. I just like to say that. So, yeah. Let's continue to
of my attention. I'm very particular about all of my word choices. I have women in my DMs. I am not talking actively to any of them. Lisi is the only woman I am actively texting back and forth with. And she's coming to me so that I can show her the best time of her freaking life.
Yes.
That is what is happening.
Okay.
Your nose is looking on point today.
Go.
Bruh. So hang on a second. So you're my chat like, oh, you reacted to something we just saw. Okay, cool. So when we were talking about like the 10 women in the DMs, he's not even actively speaking to them. What are you doing, guys?
_Karma super chatted $5. Just a guess. But maybe she was actually into him when he showed confidence, but since this whole spiral of depression since Liv, she changed her mind.
That's an interesting concept you're talking about, by the way. That's an interesting
hold on. Let me just
hypothetical.
say this.
Go on.
Let me just say let me just say this real quick. Now this just proves that this is a cloud chaser, that this is a gold digger, and she ain't messing with no broke. This just proves it. She could have had this conversation off stream, but this conversation happens
happen on live.
On a panel. Exactly. She could have. Why hasn't she spoke to him about that? He could have had the same conversation that he's having with her now, and she's all like, "Oh my God, he really does like me." She could have had that in private, right? But she didn't have that in private. Guess where she had that shit? On panel, on Nerds. I ain't saying I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah. Okay. This is the situation. I'll say it right.
Gustavo Alvarado 5,427 super chatted $5. As a man that drove 8 hours to smash some cat, this girl doesn't want him.
One thing I will say to the last donation as well, I completely agree, but one thing I'll say to the last donation as well, I like the hypothetical. I'll disagree on the reason why is she brought up this whole being in other girls being in DMs as an insecurity for her, as if it's something that she was upset about. He's like laying it on, like, nah, I want to show you the time of your life. I want you to come here. I want to show you the time of your life. I'm not actively speaking to anyone. What's she doing? She can't hold her tears behind her. Tears of she's like, oh my God, I got him to bite the bit. Yeah, let's go. Or is that the laugh of, oh, I thought I could get out of this one?
Listen, she just looking for a way out, bro. She looking for a way out. That's all that this is. This whole thing that she playing, the 6-hour drive, all the red flags that she now has a problem. She just looking for a way out. Just say say, hey, I did it. I got my show. You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking for no bro. Just be real. The fact that you sitting here trying to do this whole fake shit that everybody can see through, except Zay Zudi, because now she's your buddy, your homie. That's weird. But at the end of the day, we all know what it is, bro. Like, you're not fooling nobody.
Zay Zudi had seen it from her perspective. Right? Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But like, it's nice to see the multiple perspectives of what we have. So we have, male perspective here, female perspective here, and then we got the two people who are entangled. And also, I'll agree with Billy as well. He said all hosts often come to heads on air. It happens a lot here. It does, but when you're trying to put it across as if you're not clout chasing, but then you make all these things up on, you say it on live, because you know it's going to garner the attention and reaction. I feel like at that point you're kind of dismissing your initial sort of comments that it's not about the clout chasing, it's not about getting attention or whatever, you know. I don't know. Weird, man.
Devastator, that was foul. He said, "Damn, CD, your nose is looking on point today."
Man, he's so damn aerodynamic. You know you can't outwalk him, right? He has zero wind resistance.
You really should be a swimmer.
He grows body hair so he can get a little bit of resistance on his body.
You just have a swimmer.
So do I agree with Yo Mama that this could be a potential clout chaser? Let's be fair. I think if you're on the internet and you're putting yourself out there, you're gonna be a clout chaser no matter what. I think everybody is. I think everybody is going to be a clout chaser to some extent. It doesn't matter if you're doing it for good or bad. Maybe I'm being a little too cynical. Maybe that's coming out too cynical. But I do think there is some truth to it, right? Where, that some people do certain things because of clout. Even they're doing it to be genuinely good, I do think that there is a case to be made that some things are done mostly out of clout. And whether or not she is or isn't, I can't really say. I think maybe that's not my place to say. I'll let the people in the LCU and them decide, because to me, I'm just like commentary and just how I would say, I'm just giving out my take on how I see things. So to me, it's like, you do you, queen, you do you, queen, right? So in the end, it's like, if you're doing it for clout, I would just be honest. But you never know, right? You never know with some people why they're doing. Yeah, you could make the case that she's doing it for a show and she got her show. Fair point. Fair point. That's a valid case. Her being best friend with Zay Zudit, I'm not sure what that's about. Again, I I don't know how everybody works. I don't know the inner and out of how everything works within the LCU. Only what I'm given, right? Only what I'm presenting. Even then, only what I'm able to see with my own eyes. So in the end, there's a chance he is just doing it for clout. You know, but then again, how many people join the LCU for clout or to gain clout, or they just hop on for clout, right? So it can vary. I mean, to be fair, to some extent, you can say the LCU is good at manufacturing clout. But then again, maybe that's not my place. Maybe it is my place to say. I don't know. You know, maybe she is being genuine about this. And why are you doing this on live? Maybe she is genuine. Maybe she is genuine about going out on a date with CD-ROM and everything, right? But she knows how the LCU works, so everything needs to be aired. So, you know, maybe that's what it is, right? 'Cause you gotta remember, Keemstar said that he wants everything to be public. Like anything, any of their grief, anything problem they have, he wants it to be public. So, yeah, there's that to talk about. Let's move on.
Listen to his music. I don't like Tupac. That's it. Like I don't know if you could tell I'm a bit of an alt person. Like, like I listen to other shit.
Was
Like,
the song hot or not? Was the song hot or not?
what? I thought no, it's a funny song. I'm not denying the song's funny. I just thought you'd go more towards Billy than Tyler. That's what I'm saying. You're the one that's freaking out about it. I didn't say the song wasn't funny. The song's hilarious, right?
I'm not freaking out about it, but I gave that line, bro. That Gacy line, that's all I needed.
I know it was a funny line. Like I'm not gonna say that, but like what I'm trying to say is like I thought that you'd be more attacking it. Dude, I'm just giving my opinion, right? You gotta chill the fuck.
Give me a line that Billy gave you in that song that was hot, that we just listened to.
Well, when we talked, well, I mean, I didn't. It was alright. Like, don't get me wrong. It was
27 super chatted $5. Yo, mama, are you playing Duck Hunt on NES? Ducking the fade from Billy. Duck emoji. Duck emoji. Duck emoji.
All right, time for round 2, guys. Ding, ding, ding. Welcome, Billy the Fridge, to Lolcow Test, my man. How are we doing? Let me just switch my scene.
One second here. Let me get this camera on. You know, yo, mama, it's wild that you want to evoke Tupac and Nas and Jay-Z. Like that makes you an aficionado on diss raps. You know, when Tupac dissed everybody on his Biggie diss, one of the things he also did was diss Biggie.
Yeah.
Did he give him one? Did he give him one bar randomly in the middle of a Little C's diss track? Was it a Little C's diss track? Yo, mama, was it? It wasn't a Little C's diss track. You dumb.
It was a fuck bad boy. Wait, what's that? KM, you should read up on law of pack and writing. California love. Dude, a master at his craft. You don't need to like the music to appreciate the talent.
Oh, I appreciate the talent. The music I've heard of like Tupac and that. I'm like, damn, I appreciate where the efforts come in. It's just not my interest, that's all. It's just personally, I'm just not into it.
And this man and Rashtoff and Xylee, that's Bad Boy. And I did my diss song with the video. Hot, Bad Boy, done. It's your mama time, baby. It's your maybe
Diddy. You're maybe Diddy now with the Diddy oil. That's as close to this as you're gonna get.
Take that.
You did.
That shit was fire. Was that fire?
This is what you did. This is what you did.
Was it fire though? Was it fire?
It was aight.
It was aight.
Oh, it was aight. You spent what, 2 days filming, editing that? You know what I did? I did all that with the chat on a whim. I didn't want to diss you. We didn't plan on doing that.
You know, the fact that if you would have told me a year ago, right, that I would be covering the LCU, I would have told you, yeah, that's something I would do. But if you would have told me that the LCU would have people rap battle and doing diss track, I probably would have thought, you know what? That's so crazy and stupid. No, I can't even see that. Who would they even get? And then I realized, oh yeah, they'll just get people. You know what? That's my fault. That is 100% my fault. I'll take the L for that one. I'll take the L for that one. I mean, the fact that they're invoking people like Tupac and Nas and those beef, I'm just like, we live in a society. We live in a society, and I'm just the normie of them all, right? That we're having full-on rat battles, and all that comes to mind is we truly do live in a society, and I'm just here thinking to myself, how far are we finally going to get those rap? If you're not aware, a long time ago, trying to remember actually something important. A long time ago, LCL, before it became the LCU, really wanted to do like rap. Yeah, I don't think people remember this, but they wanted like Wings and Boogie to do like a full on rap battles and everything. Yeah, that was a real thing, and honestly, a part of me is, part of me is just like, I want to see that. I want to see Boogie and Wings do their little rap, same thing with Keemstar. You know what? If this is the perfect opportunity for that to happen, I'm here for it. Let's go, baby.
To have you as an intern on this show for a week, nobody paid more than $2. $2. So he had to lower the goal to $500. And guess what? No one fucking donated again. So he had to load it
because
up.
It was by the end of the
No.
It was right by the end of the show.
He had to change it to $50. And the only way that they hit the goal was ripping off a Becky Boop donut train.
No.
No.
How many times? No. How many times? No. How many times people want you off Lolcow Live?
How many times do people want you off Lolcow Live? Bro, if no one wants anyone but Wings, dude.
We got to restart the clock. We got to restart the clock. I'm back, but I can't scam the fans. We got to give 10 minutes.
He's been on the screen for 10 minutes.
I left. It's my punishment too. We got to restart the clock. 10 minutes uninterrupted.
People wanted to see me on test. No, people wanted to see me on test. People wanted me to see me on Boss. How many times people want to see you on fucking Lolcow?
There's the hoodie. There's the
hoodie.
The
moment they seen you.
What's the logo on the hoodie? What they give you the Lolcow Live logo? Not Freshy Fresh. Yeah, that's
Lolcow Live.
Nice.
Lolcow Live.
What's the back look like?
The back?
Yeah.
Let me show you the back.
Could you stand next to the American flag because it goes well with the colors of the hoodie?
I'm right next to it.
Look at this king. Look, 2025, baby, the year of our Lolcow Lord. Let's go. Freshy fresh. Does it smell like piss? It's not so bad. It doesn't look pissy or shitty to me.
It probably got on the back end. I don't know. But like
clean.
Yes. Let's do the Freshy stuff. I mean, what Freshy said is true. Let's be 100% real. What he said is true. But what Rastov said is also true. End of the day, how many people did want Rastov in Lolcow Live? Maybe I'm one of the very few people who wanted Wings, but also felt, let's give these people a try. And after Rastov, I regretted even seeing it to myself. But at the same time, like, hey, you know what? He may not be Wings, but he at least gave a try, even if it wasn't the best, and even if he failed very miserably. But even then, right? Even besides that, it's like, well, Rastov is correct. Like, people wanted Wings on the network, right? People wanted Wings back, so they're both kind of right on that part, right? They're both very right about that. So there's that to think about. I mean, two people can be right, but from very different degrees and positions. So, let's move on to live, though.
And wanted to know.
And let me give you some context because you're probably really confused right now. You're probably like, why does Becky have gloves on? Well, see, Becky has hit rock bottom in her career to the point where for every person that donates $20, she picks up trash in her garbage-filled house.
She needs motivation to clean her house somehow, and what better way to do it than some money?
Like, I'm not joking. There is no support. There's no Roxy, no Savage, nothing to save Becky Boop right now. She is relying on, if you donate $20 to me, I will pick up the trash in my room. That is her gimmick. Okay.
I will say, if she moved her computer into the other rooms and was cleaning there for $20, I would go broke. I would spend like $1,000 just to see what she uncovers. Cat corpses.
Yeah, it's the new version of hoarders.
Who knows what's in there?
I mean, look at this face before we even play the clip. I mean, that is rock bottom. Like that's
so sad.
I'm like slurring words. I need Boogie. I'm so stupid for doing these shots. Like I have a serious show to do. I don't know why I did this.
He said club going up on a Tuesday.
Well, okay. I have 45 minutes to sober up. I will get sobered. I promise.
I believe in you.
Thank you, Batgirl. See, can I just say this about Batgirl? If your name is green and you're a member or even on a gifted member, you love Batgirl. But if you go to the comments, has anyone looked at the comments on these videos? They're all shitting on Batgirl. They're like, she brings nothing to the table. She said nothing but like 3 words. The people that don't financially support the show but watch it hate you. Why do they hate you, Batgirl?
I don't know. It's hard to like butt in though, because I don't want to interrupt you guys. I don't want to like be too much. I just want to be the perfect seat warmer that I was supposed to be all along.
And she's doing a great job of it. I have no complaints about Batgirl whatsoever.
I don't either. I kind of like
bitch was going in on me on the Discord, by the way. What the fuck was that about? I came into the middle of her telling a story.
Wait, what the fuck? Why is
me
her
crashing
ears
out
moving?
of fucking
Why is her
4th of
ears
July.
moving?
What?
Do it again. Look what she's doing.
I'm still mad at you for fucking shit talking me in Discord.
Well, talking about the Chinese thing where you were trying to get into the bathroom while I was desperately trying to shower because I was the last person of the mud wrestling to shower.
I thought it was Desi in there still. I fucking
Besides Batgirl being that one character from the digital circuit, you probably know what I'm talking about. I think some of y'all know what I'm talking about when I say digital circus madness. I don't remember the full name. I probably did say the full name, and I just, you know what? It is what it is. Who cares? I mean, it is right. I mean, they are right. Becky has hit rock bottom. I mean, to the point where she had to shut down and take down one of her streams and get that done early. And I'm here like, well, I got nothing to cover now. You know, I got nothing to cover now on the about BBU, but hopefully that gets out early either way. So one of these two is coming out early. At the same time, let's get back to reality real fast. Like, you know, I don't know what I can really say. Like, honestly, when it comes to the Becky stuff, I think at this point it can be viewed as the equivalent of just constantly beating a horse in Minecraft, and me just like, okay, cool. Why is this at this point? And then I realized there's no real way to. You know, she has just hit rock bottom. Let's move on. Also, I think before we move on, I guess, like, yeah, Batgirl is aware of her position being a seat warmer. And I don't know why, but I just look at that and like, you know what? She's trying where she needs to, and she's not trying to make it, you know, any more than it is. And I think that's perfectly fine in my eyes. Let's move on. On to the next thing.
Oh my.
It's so sad that these little communities pretend to be so progressive when they actually turn out to be real pieces of shit. Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
the hype. Shoot. What's up?
What's the deal with your boy
Hey.
20?
God dang it. Hang on one second.
Don't bother wiping the website Radio Saga. We archived that too.
Apologies, I had something playing on this laptop. What's up?
You want to turn on your camera? You're on the main show.
I would if I was decent. Sorry.
Are you in your cop outfit?
No, I'm
Oh.
in the comfort of my home, and I
Go
don't have
throw a shirt on and then turn your damn camera on, bro. Like, come on. What are you doing?
Oh, fine.
I'm pissed, bro. I'm pissed that a furry little whack job like this 20 guy. Like you're weird, bro. You are weird as hell, dude. I'm appalled that you're gonna judge me. Like that's insane, dog.
But I'm also not surprised that that is the type of person one of the people that we're dealing with over here.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I
Just
hate
makes
that I knew that's what it was going to be.
Yeah, right. You could just tell.
They're gonna talk to me. All right.
What's up, boss?
So we just covered. Have you been watching the show?
In between dinner, yeah, I've been listening.
So you heard about the whole 20 the furry, huh?
I heard, yeah.
Why aren't these guys talking to me? Did they reach out?
No.
Well,
what I told you this morning.
20's
What I told
watching.
you this morning is all I know.
20 is watching the show. He just put his Twitter on private.
Great. All I know is that he didn't want to be roped into this. He didn't want people. I mean, he didn't want people going after him. All I know is that I told you exactly what he told me.
He is their social media manager.
Yeah, he's the new
Their
guy.
company, their group made the decision to kick you out.
Mm-hmm.
He told you that he doesn't like me or whatever because of Dromler. He doesn't like that guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He roped himself into this.
True.
What more am I going to find? What more am I going to find? Are they all furries? Are they all weirdos? Do they all post little pictures like Twinnie's post?
So apparently one of the people at Radio Sega is a furry. I don't have the biggest I'll be very real with everybody. I do not have the biggest opinions about furries. I don't like a lot of them, but at age, as I get older, I just tolerate them enough where I just say, as long as you're not in my sight, I will not care. But then again, I knew a furry in college, so I'll take that. Take that in the chin. I'll take the L for that one right now. Besides even that, it's even weird to say that out loud. Besides that, apparently that this guy is also into lollies, and I am not dying on that hill. Sorry if you're wondering if I'm ever gonna give a take on lolly. My answer is wrong person. Because that's not a hill I'm dying on, and lolicons are, if anything, very devoted in what they like. That is not a hill that an idiot like me is gonna die on. I have my own opinions on lolly, but I think even if I go with a nuanced take or try to, it's not worth it. It's just not worth talking about. But the furry stuff, it's free game. The lolly stuff, like, hey, as an anime fan, you're gonna see it, and there's not much we can do. Sorry to say that. Even though my takes are a lot more deeper than that, or not really that deep, probably much more around the middle line, I guess, quote unquote middle line, still not going to die on that hill. Sorry. That lolly talk that people may want out of me, not happening soon. Nevertheless, the furry stuff is insane, and that lolly stuff doesn't help. I think the lolly thing would have been one thing, and then the furry would have been another, but put them together and boom. Now, I do know there is a sub community within the furry that like the, I think what they call it, pups or whatever. If you know what I'm talking about, you know how degenerate furries can be, and also explains how deep I'm willing. No, I would say that I hate not because I don't understand. I hate because I do understand. People are gonna quote that, are they? Yes. I hate not because I don't understand, but because I do understand. But no, in all seriousness, I usually don't care about furries anymore. Right? They do what they do. Again, I don't care. Don't bring that shit around me. But also, again, as I said, I know that there's a sub community of furries who are into that whole pup stuff, and it is very disgusting. Who else remember that one thing on X where there was this one furry that was literally using actual babies as their race? Who remembers that? I wonder if that person from Radio Sega's into that. That's a real thing. If he's already into lollies, he's probably into that whole pup stuff, and I probably would be even more disgusted. But we gotta move on to Queens.
Sit your ass down! Sit down, motherfucker! Joshua with 20. Steve Billings in the house.
Jesus, motherfucker! I hope he slides in dog shit.
Tell him, John. You're a man.
Get your ass. No, you're gonna sit in your puddle of water. Get your ass back here. Oh no! I know what you're trying to do, buddy. I know what you're trying to do.
Go get your Bronco towel, Johnny.
We got this, y'all.
Okay, you sit on the couch? Yeah, sit on the couch. That's right. We don't care about the couch.
Oh, Carrie! Yeah! Yeah! Another one. You got 2 more, Albert. 2 more, Albert.
2 more. This show, I swear to God, I'm pissed.
Oh, 3 more, Albert.
YouTube eras as well, when all of the creators were doing diss tracks and shit like that.
100%.
Like, everybody got into them.
Okay, Gaga gave us $1.99 twice. Thank you. Appreciate it. We are only 3 away from hitting the $60 goal. Oh, Dove gave another 2. Thank you, Dove.
Oh.
J-Mad gave 2. $60. And Holly Dolly wraps it up with the 2. Hashtag justice for CD-ROM. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Smash that. Go on, another one.
Thank you, Sean Stewart.
Sean.
Thank you, The Junk with Funk. Appreciate it. Billy Hill, thank you. Rastoff, Mr. Steal Your Stuff. Neglected Tipples for the $1.99. Thank you.
I never stole anything.
Oh, Han Solo said I said this morning. Okay, was it this morning? Listen.
Oh boy, that was exciting. In terms of Queen, they mostly focus on they mostly just kind of just focus on just making fun of Maiko and everything else, right? That's all they did. They just focus on their usual. Let's just make fun of Maiko. Let's just make him do funny things and get donos. Yeah, not a bad idea. On the other hand, Live did their little thing, right? Not Live. Good all rewind. It went over the rewind stuff, talk about at one point, which is funny to say that at one point there was a lot of rap diss on YouTube, but those are gone. Let's move on to Ginger.
Mao said Pokey is Mexican. He can just cut grass and be fine. What in the fuck? Okay, hold on now. There's some idiot on idiot fire in the live chat right now. Idiot on idiot violence. Maui's talking shit to a fellow idiot. Some Zone Castic, calm down, Krabby Cab. Shake those mangoes. Don't tell me to shake mangoes, bitch. Ian Hart, yeah, make me throw those dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, let's be like queens and be like, let's do a Dollar Train, guys. Back when they had an actual decent following, they would do like these long Dollar Trains and read every name that came up. We could do that. If they're wanting to be noticed or whatever, that'd be a cheap way to be noticed.
What in the fuck is wrong with this whole thing, dude?
What's going on?
Just it all revolves around money.
This whole network.
Well, of course it does. We're trying to make money.
I think he got by the bronies. Would you guys like to join me? Oh, there's Steak. The bronies didn't get him.
Hey, Steak. We totally weren't talking about you.
We were speculating.
I don't know if you guys were talking about me.
We were talking about how the bronies got to you.
I said you're part of Sega Radio.
It was the bronies. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I literally just woke up. I had an alarm set for 30 minutes before the stream, and I woke up and saw that, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, bro! I got 30 minutes left. I'm gonna hit snooze one time."
One time turned into.
He pulled
And
a
here I
and
am.
almost missed the stream.
Well, you're here now, and that's all. I keep on getting stuck in the Australian accent because Rastov was here. So what we're gonna do with the stream is we are going to change the thumbnail, change the title, and we're going to do the coverage. We were going to.
He disappeared again.
Here we are, guys. Here we are. We're back at it again. We are back at it again. Rest, y'all. Ginger is back when I'm not sure how long again. Ginger could literally be like, "Hey, let's do a show," and then boom, there's no shows for the next 2 or 3 days. And then on the other hand, Ozzy, Steak, literally could not wake up on time. But I'm not gonna hate. I've done that enough times. I've literally have missed days where I'm supposed to do streaming and I'm like, nope. I woke up too late, or I'm doing something and I can't do anything. So there's that on my there's that on my end. Right. There's that on my end. We'll see what happens. I think with everything, that's everything. Till next time, God bless.